conversions, using Google Tag Manager, using the pixel, and all of these things. So the first thing I want to show you is that I know you are busy. This is my tab actually of my computer. This is a tab of my computer, and I want to show you in this session how to measure your Facebook ads in 2021. And I want to do it in 40 minutes. I will show you how to set up your pixel, how to measure your conversions, how to report on Data Studio, everything in 40 minutes. And the reason is I know you're busy. I know that your computer should look like this. This is our computer. I have like 10 tabs, and I know that you don't have that much time. And there is a lot of documentation actually. If I look on Google, okay, I want to know how to track conversions. I want to know how to report on Data Studio. I would like to know, for instance, how to set up the Facebook pixel. The current documentation is boring. Why I wanted to make this webinar? Well, I wanted to track conversions for our website, and it took me like 8 hours to do it. So I know that this will be pretty helpful for you because you will see that this is so simple that it will take you a few minutes. So now that I can start showing you more things and more stuff, this is what happened to me. It turns out that at Porter, we want to track conversions, and I failed a lot and a lot. I tried to measure an event like 4 or 5 times, and I could not make it happen. That's why I thought that this would be a good idea. What if I show people, okay, from the beginning, how to set up Tag Manager, how to set up the pixel, everything else. So let's get started. And the process of measuring your Facebook ads is super simple. The first thing that we'll do is setting up Google Tag Manager. After we set up Google Tag Manager, the next thing we will do is sending data to Facebook ads. Just think, okay, Tag Manager, I want to track every time someone goes to this landing page or to this thank you page, and send that data to the Facebook ads. Once we have the data on Facebook ads, the next thing that we will do is reporting on Data Studio. And the things that we will follow first is I want to show you how to define KPIs. Why I want to show you this? When I talk to agencies, they have reports with hundreds of metrics, and they show frequency, they show CPM, they show outbound clicks, and this amount of metrics. Is this useful? I don't know. It seems complex. That's why I will show you how can you define the KPIs that you will show to your customers, to your clients, to your team, and to your marketing team. And it will take about 10 minutes. After we do that, the second step is installing Google Tag Manager, a free tool that will let us convert and know our conversions from Facebook, and that will help us track those conversions. After we install Google Tag Manager, the next step is setting up the Facebook Ads Pixel, which lets us bring data from our website, from the behavior, to Facebook. After we start sending data, I will show you how you can verify that you have installed Google Tag Manager correctly and that you have installed the pixel correctly. After we do this, we will create our first conversions. These conversions are, for instance, how to set up and how to know when someone clicks a button. That's the first thing. And the second option is, okay, if someone lands to a specific thank you page, I also want to track that. I will show you how to do it, and I will take about 6 minutes. Also, this happens. Sometimes your website doesn't have a thank you page. Sometimes you have a button. Sometimes you have a video. How can we track those custom conversions? We can do it as well. And finally, once we have our data, once we have Tag Manager, once we have all this stuff, the last step is creating our first report on Google Data Studio, and it will be quite simple because we will use Data Studio templates. Let's get started. And the first thing I will do is showing you how to define KPIs. There are many people talking about KPIs that say, okay, this metric is important, CPC is important. In general, I will tell you why or how I visualize Facebook ads metrics. The first thing is that my audiences are different. I want to show some metrics for my customers, for managers, for stakeholders who don't know about digital marketing and don't care about digital marketing. And I want to show metrics also to my marketing team. What I show to my customers or to non-technical people, I want to show them what is going on with our Facebook advertising. So what they care about, okay, how many leads are we bringing if we are a B2B or if we are a SaaS, a software company? I want to know my sales if I am in e-commerce, for instance. They want to know, okay, how much money I need to spend on Facebook ads to get customers or to get leads. That's the cost per lead. That's an important metric because it lets you know if you have a return on ad spend. The second option is the return on ad spend, which is particular on e-commerce. If it's your first time looking at this metric, a return on ad spend, it is this simple. When you go to Facebook and you see that your return on ad spend is 3 or 4, what it means is that for every dollar you spend on ads, you are getting $3 or $4 in return. That's how you can read that metric. After this, the next step is conversion rates. Why conversion rates matter for every part of the business? Because conversion rates show efficiency and effectiveness. I want to see the conversion rate of my website. If I want to know, okay, my website is converting at 1% or 4%. I want to know that because that defines my cost per acquisition. That defines my demand, and that defines as well how appealing is my offer. For marketers, the idea is different. I want to know why my ads are behaving in that way. So I want to know how many people I am reaching. That's reach and impressions. I want to know how expensive is to reach those people. I will give you this example. When we run ads in Latin America, in Colombia, a CPM reaching 1,000 people, let's say, can be $3 or $2 or $1. When you want to target, for instance, in France, in the US, which are more competitive markets, you can have CPMs of $50. So understanding how expensive is your audience is vital for marketers. Also, the CTR. CTR stands for click-through rate. And what it means, it shows the effectiveness of your ad to people click it. So if you say, okay, my CTR is 2%, what it means? I am showing my ad 100 times and I have 2 clicks every 100 impressions. That's the CTR. And when you increase your CTR for 1% to 2%, what you get is that you double your effectiveness and you could by half your cost per acquisition. That's the importance and the relevance of CTR. After we have the CTR, the next step or the next metric is frequency. Why frequency matters? If I show my ad once to a person, chances are is that they won't click this ad. They won't do it. It is as simple. But if I show it twice, or if I show my ad 3 times, chances are that, okay, I am seeing this ad, maybe for me, it is time to click on this ad. But what happens when I see an ad 8 times or 9 times, which is particularly common in remarketing? Well, that starts to create ad fatigue. I start getting bored or start getting tired of seeing this ad. That's why my relevance starts declining. This is how you can see that Facebook ads KPIs are different for your customers and for marketers. Let's see another thing. I am showing you metrics. I am showing you cost per lead. I am showing you CPM and these things. But those metrics alone, they don't bring any insights. I need context. How can I add context to my data? By breaking down my data. I will show you why it makes sense. When I go to Facebook ads, I can see my performance. Okay, I am having 47 leads. That's no context. I know how many leads I have, but I don't know anything else. That's why we use breakdowns like tables. Okay, I want to see my leads broken down by age or by devices. The problem with tables with Facebook is that this is not quite friendly. I cannot see any pattern. And that's why Data Studio makes sense. What about if we create a report where we can see our lead performance over time? So I can see over time what is my cost per lead, if it is increasing or decreasing, or over time, how much money I am spending on ads. That's the particularity, and that's the relevance of data visualization, that you add context by breaking down your data. In this case, I am breaking down by time, but in this case, I am breaking down by devices. So I can know, okay, I am getting leads, but most of my leads are coming from Facebook. These kinds of visuals, you cannot get them on the Facebook Ads Manager. It is quite difficult. Or I want to see, most of my conversions seem to happen on mobile. Maybe I should focus on mobile. That's a possible insight. Or I want to see, what are the cities or the regions or the countries that bring the best cost per lead or the best CTR or the highest CPM? I can visualize it through maps. Can you do this with Facebook ads alone? No, that's why Data Studio is such a big deal. And the final example, What is my best ad? I want to see my ads. I want to see how many leads every ad is bringing and the cost per lead. So I'm saying, okay, my first ad is having the best cost per acquisition. What can I do to improve the other ads? Because other ads have a cost per acquisition of $35 and my best ad have a performance of $3 per lead. I know a difference and I have a breakdown that lets me find insights. I can find opportunities of improvement. Everyone talks about visualizing the marketing funnel. Everyone talks about funnel, being a funnel hacker or whatever. With data visualization, with what I will show you today, you will be able to visualize your entire marketing funnel with Facebook Ads data and Google Data Studio. And the first thing to start tracking our conversions will be installing Google Tag Manager, which will be pretty simple. I will go to Google and I will show you how to install Google Tag Manager. The first thing I will do is go into Google and I will type Google Tag Manager. After I type Google Tag Manager, what I will do is go into the first option and I will go to the software, to the tool. So I will close these windows. And then I will sign in to Google Tag Manager. Then I will choose an account, a Gmail account I want to use to connect my Tag Manager. In this case, I will use my personal account. If it is your first time on Tag Manager, I will explain you how it works. First, I have some accounts, but I will show you how to create one account from scratch. So I will create an account and I will encourage you to do the same thing. I will create a new Tag Manager account. For each account, for instance, we can divide our businesses, different companies. So in this case, I will create a new company that is called Porter Test. Again, or Porter Webinar. That's the name of our account. And then for each company, we may have different properties. We may have a website, we may have a mobile application, we may have a different sort of application. So in this case, my container will be a website, and I will do it for my website, portermetrics.com. And the kind of property I will choose will be website. And then I will create my Tag Manager account. Then you will read carefully the Tag Manager terms and conditions. You won't do it, I know it. So I will accept the terms and conditions right away. And then I will click on yes. The first thing to install Google Tag Manager and any software on the internet is pasting tags or scripts on your website. And it is quite simple. This is giving me an instruction. So first, it tells me, Juan, you will paste this code just below the header or the head of your page. Also, you will paste this code below the body tag on your page. What is the head and the body? Every website has HTML tags, everyone. In this case, I am using a WordPress, and I will show you how it goes. If you go to WordPress, or if you go to Wix or Shopify or any builder, you will have access to these options. When you go to your website, make sure to find the HTML of your website to paste this code. So it tells me, first, I need to paste this code below the head. Then I will go to the website, I will go to a head tag, and I will paste the first Google Tag Manager tag. Then it tells me, okay, now install the second tag below the body tag before the opening. So I will copy this one, and then I will copy just below the body of the tag. Here you can see it. Below the head, I have the first tag, and below the body, the opening, I have the second tag. This way, I can install Google Tag Manager. Once you do this, you will have installed Google Tag Manager on your website, and it was quite simple. Once you create your account, you will see this interface. It is time to create our Facebook pixel. It is time to install it. The good things about Google Tag Manager is that you don't need to be a developer. You, being a marketer, without knowing JavaScript or this kind of stuff, you can install everything. Remember, Google Tag Manager is about installing applications like your website chat. It is installing applications like HubSpot, like LinkedIn, like Google Ads, like everything. I can install it on Google Tag Manager without coding. Once I have this account, the next thing I will do is creating a pixel to track. So I will go to the tab of my Facebook ads account, and I will show you how you can create a pixel from scratch. The first thing I will do is going to the main menu. In the main menu, I will find an option that is called the Events Manager. You will click there. Once you click your Event Manager, you will see an interface just like this one. And once you are there, you will go to create a new data source. We will create a new pixel. Facebook will ask, okay, you will connect a website, an application, or a different source. We will choose a website. And after we choose a website, you will go to Get Started. Perfect. Now we'll choose from the API or from the Facebook pixel. Don't you worry about the API. We are not developers. We will use the Facebook pixel. And I will go to Connect. After we connect, the first thing that we'll say, okay, Juan, you have many pixels. What about if you give it a name? And I will do it. And this will be called the Porter pixel. That's the name I will use as. And the website I want to use to track my Facebook ads data is Porter Metrics again. Perfect. Now we are creating our pixel. I will click on continue, and I will show you what is next. Facebook will do the following thing. It'll say, okay, Juan, we have created your pixel. You need to install it on your website. And that's why Tag Manager is so cool. I will go with two options. I have manually add your pixel code onto website, or you can use a partner integration. If you use Shopify, WordPress, or whatever, I recommend you to go with the partner integration. But for this case, I will use the manual setup, which is universal for all of our cases. So I will go to install the code manually. Then I will simply copy this code. So copy, and then I will go to the Tag Manager account. So what I will do now is going to my Tag Manager account, then I will go to tags, and I will show you how to install your pixel. You don't need to code. The first thing is going to tag. I will create a new tag, and I will call this tag the Facebook pixel. So the first thing is the tag configuration. I will click here, and I can choose different applications. So Tag Manager lets me, Juan, you want to install your Google Ads tracking code or Google Analytics? You can do it by default. But if it is a different application, I recommend you to use custom HTML. So I will choose custom HTML, and I will paste this code right here. And that's mostly everything. So we have a pixel, but when is this pixel firing? When I can know that this pixel is working? I will show you how. That's why Tag Manager shows an option that is called triggering. I want to activate this pixel in certain conditions. I will show you how it works. Now I will choose a trigger. I will click here, and I will add a new trigger. By default, on your new Tag Manager account, you can choose all pages, which means that your Facebook pixel will track all pages. If, for instance, I say, no, I don't want to track all pages. I want to track all my pages that are in English. Then I need a filter, and the pixel will only work on English pages. This will be useful, for instance, if you want to run remarketing campaigns just to English audiences. That's just an idea. In this case, I want to every page on my website being tracked with this pixel. Once I have the pixel that I pasted from Facebook ads, and once I have the trigger, it is time to save this pixel. And once we have the first tag, it is time to submit our changes. It is time to publish those changes to our website. I can say, okay, this first version of this change is Facebook pixel installation. And I can say, we just installed pixel. It's kind of the documentation that other people will follow, so you can have versions of the code you are installing on your website. I will click on continue, and it is time to publish this on our website. As you can see, we have installed this pixel on our website, and I will show you how to see if it's working correctly. I will go to portalmetrics.com, and you will see how it works. I will show you this. How do I know if the pixel is working correctly? You will use an extension that is called the Facebook Pixel Helper. So you will go to Google, You will go to Facebook Pixel Helper, and you will download this extension for Google Chrome. If you are a marketer, you use Google Chrome. That's the reality. So you will install this extension, and then you will go to a website and will click and activate this extension. And as you can see, this is detecting my pixels. This means that this pixel is working. We have installed our Facebook pixel. That's how easy it is. Now we can start tracking conversions. That's a good deal. Okay, now let's keep with other examples and with other steps. It is time to see what conversions I want to follow. So let's go back to our presentation. I showed you that Google Tag Manager lets you three things. Two, actually. You can install tools. So if you want to install your website chat, Hotjar, HubSpot, a CRM, an email marketing software, marketing automation, whatever, you can install it on Google Tag Manager. The second thing is that you can measure conversions. If you want to know if someone is landing on your transaction pages, if someone is buying, if someone is submitting a form, you can track that with Tag Manager. And remember, this is free. That's the best thing of Tag Manager. Now, it is time to create conversions. But first, let's talk about conversions. It turns out that you have many ways to measure a conversion. A conversion can be someone purchasing or someone registering to a webinar to learn Facebook ads. That's a second option. Or someone downloading an app or whatever. Whatever action that is relevant for your business that a user can do is a conversion. I suggest you to use thank you pages for a reason. First, it is easy to track. If I make that people go to a website and if they register, they go to a thank you page, to me, it is easy to calculate or to mark that conversion. But that's not the case always. For some e-commerce businesses, for some software companies, it is kind of complex to use thank you pages always. That's why you want to track when someone clicks on a specific button, like start a free trial, or you want to know if someone is fulfilling or submitting a form. That's something that you want to track. Also, for you, a conversion, if someone is spending 30 minutes on a video, I can calculate that conversion. Why I suggest you to use thank you pages? First, it is easy. And second, because when you use a thank you page, you have the opportunity to continue with the user experience. I will give you this example. If I go to a form, I fill the form, and the message after filling the form is, Juan, thank you, you have filled this form, and that's everything. Goodbye, you can leave our website. That's not a good thing. With a thank you page, I can make people go to another place and I can keep interacting. Okay, I say, okay, you have registered to our webinar, but what about if you use our templates? What about if you buy our product? What about if you join our webinars? I can continue with the user experience, and that's why thank you pages make a lot of sense. I will show you this example. I will create a conversion for thank you pages, and I will create a conversion for clicks. Let's see how it works. This is the first example. You joined this webinar because you visited this landing page. This is the webinar landing page. How do I do this? How do I track conversions? If I fill this form, for instance, I will click on register here, then I will go to this form, and I will fill this form with my email. This is my number, my email, and then I will register to this webinar. This is what will happen. People will land on a thank you page. So what I will do, I will tell Facebook, every time that someone lands on this page, create a conversion, calculate a new conversion. And this page is called webinar, thank you, and this number. What is the good news about this thank you page? Well, the first thing is that the user experience doesn't finish because I invite people to save this webinar on the calendar. I invite people to download our Facebook Ads templates for Data Studio. I invite people to read our Data Studio guide, many, many more things. That's why this is relevant. Now, I will create a conversion with this page. I will paste this URL, copy this URL, then I will go to Facebook Ads, and I will show you the process. Once you install this pixel, you will start seeing events. In this case, this one is new. I will show you one that is not new, that is already having some conversions. Okay, here we have some conversions in this Facebook Ads pixel. So I know page trials, I know clicks on templates, I know leads, I know this. I know that the pixel is tracking because I have already data. What about if we create a new conversion? So you will go to the ads manager, then you will go again to the events manager, and instead of creating a new data source, which is creating a pixel, you will go to custom conversions. And I will say the following rule. Okay, I want to make that everyone that goes to my thank you page, I want them to be leads. So I will create a new conversion. I will call it, again, webinar leads. I will associate these conversions to a specific pixel because I have many pixels on my website. I will use this one, which is active, and I will create a rule. Okay, if someone lands to this website, to this thank you page, I want to create a conversion. So this is the URL. And I say, if URL contains this, create a conversion. That's how easy it is. That is how simple it is to create a conversion and calculate a conversion on Facebook ads. But there is another example. I could say, okay, I have many webinars, and all my thank you pages have the word webinar and thank you. That's a good example. So if I have the webinar thank you, this text is consistent in all my thank you pages. What I will do is, okay, if someone lands on any thank you page that contains webinar thank you, create the conversion. This is not everything. I can create a category. I can say Facebook, okay, Facebook, when someone creates this conversion, when someone fires this conversion, I want to say that this is adding a cart, or this is adding to wish list, or this is a new contact, or this is a new lead. To me, this is a new lead. So this is the way you can create a custom conversion with thank you pages. As you can see, it is quite simple. So I will go to create. And we have created our conversion. Now we know when someone is landing on our webinars. This is the first conversion, but actually I have created it already. This is the exact same conversion I am showing to you. In this case, I say, okay, if someone lands to the webinar thank you page, create the conversion. As you can see, we are getting conversions. Actually, this spike is because we run Facebook ads, so we know that they are working. We can calculate and we can know that our Facebook ads are working because we can track the leads we are generating. It is time to create a conversion with clicks and buttons. How to do that? I will go to Tag Manager again, and I will show you my actual account. I will show you how it looks like. First of all, I told you I can install everything. So I have installed Google Analytics 4, which is new. I have installed conversions for Facebook. When someone clicks on our templates, I can track that. If someone buys on our website, I can track it as well. I am using an email marketing software called Doppler. I use it. I use a software called HelloBar, Hotjar, HubSpot, and many more. I can install all these tools just as you can see. How they work? It is pretty much the same. Copy the code they give you and paste it on Tag Manager, and it is the same. How to create a conversion? Let's see how it works. If I go to this example, this is an actual example of us tracking clicks and buttons, and I will show you the use case. So the first use case I showed you is the thank you page. This is over, but this is a second use case. One conversion for Portal Metrics is that people activate our report templates. The problem with this is this one. This is the landing page. But when people go to a call to action, they don't go to a thank you page. They go directly to Google Data Studio. How can I track that? I want to say Tag Manager this. Okay, when someone clicks on a button whose link goes to Data Studio, please create a conversion. That's what I will do. So as you can see, if someone goes here, to me it is a conversion, and the URL is Data Studio. What I will do is the following stuff. The following exercise is this. I will create a conversion that does the following thing. Remember, for creating conversions, for installing anything, you have two steps. First, you will create a tag, and second, you will create a trigger that will fire this. I will start this time with the trigger. The trigger is clicks on templates, and I will show you how it works. In this case, I am saying Tag Manager, okay, if someone clicks on a button whose URL contains this string, contains Data Studio, please create the conversions. The trigger is I am telling Tag Manager how to fire or when to fire an event. I will show you how to do it from scratch. So I will eliminate this one. I will eliminate this trigger, and I will do it from 0. Done. Perfect. I just eliminated this, and I will eliminate this one as well. Perfect. Here, it didn't eliminate for a reason that I can tell right now, but it is okay. I will show you how to do it anyways from scratch. Okay, it didn't, because I am using it somewhere else. I will show you how to create a trigger from scratch. So I will close this tab, and what I will do is go into triggers. And these are all the triggers I have for my website. I will create a new one. So I will go to a new trigger, and I will show you the logic of this. I will say, okay, I want to fire an event every time someone goes to a link that contains the word Data Studio. So Data Studio is perfect. How to set up this condition? Okay, I have many triggers that I can activate on Tag Manager. So I can say, if someone goes to a specific page, I can track it. If someone clicks on a specific button, I can track it. In this case, I will do it with links. If the link contains Data Studio, to me, that's enough. So I will do it this way. Instead of all link clicks, what I will do is some link clicks. And I will say, okay, if the click URL contains Data Studio, then something will happen. And how to define something will happen? With the tag. That's why the triggers and the tags are different. In this case, I will save this trigger, and I can use it for another time. Now I have a different trigger, and I can use all these triggers to create conversions. I will go back to tags to show you how to send this event to Facebook. So I have used this Facebook ads clicks on templates button. Now that I have chosen a trigger, which is click on templates, and the condition is, okay, if someone clicks on a button whose URL is this one, please create the conversion. How do I send the data to Facebook ads? It is quite simple. You don't need to learn this. You just need to copy and paste. That's everything. The structure of this script is this. You open a script, you close a script, you can actually copy and paste this one. And what you will do is creating this exact tag. What will make yours different? Okay, I can create a name for this event. As you can see, the name for this event that I have said is click on the Facebook template. That's the name I added. How do I know if this is working correctly? I will show you. If I go to Facebook ads, I will show you how it looks like. And here you can see that I have failed as well. I created an event, and every time that someone made the click I wanted, I registered those. In this case, when someone clicks here, I will go back here. When someone clicks on a Data Studio link, I will create this event, and I can register it right here. It is working. I know that our button click event is working already. That's good news, guys. Once you finish with that setup, what you will do is going to save. I have already saved this one. And what you will do is going to submit. We will publish those changes. Once those changes are published, you will see the data logged in right here. This is working. I don't expect actually that you are following me, because you may be creating your Tag Manager account. You may not have a Facebook ads account, but we will record this session, by the way. So you can follow it, and you can see that creating your conversions is quite simple. The next step is visualizing this data on Facebook ads on Data Studio. So let's do it right away. What I will do right now is going to googledatastudio.com. Google Data Studio, by the way, is a free reporting tool. You can automate your marketing reporting. You will go to the first option, and you will create a Google Data Studio account. That's what I want to encourage you to do. This is free, by the way. Data Studio is completely free. Another thing that you can do after you create your Google Data Studio account is that you will go to Porter Metrics or any provider. And what you can do is, okay, Juan, I want to connect my Facebook ads data to Data Studio. How do I do it? You will go to portermetrics.com, as simple as that. And then you can go to the button that says try for free. You will try our Facebook Ads connector for Data Studio. Once you go to try for free and connect your Facebook Ads data, you will see, okay, with Porter, you can create reports for Facebook Ads, for your Facebook pages, or for your Instagram pages. In this case, I will choose my Facebook Ads data. Okay, what will happen here is the following thing. We are on Data Studio. What Data Studio will ask you when connecting to Porter is to sign in with Google and with Facebook. Why sign in with Facebook? Okay, you need to retrieve your Facebook Ads account. Once you connect your Facebook Ads account to Data Studio, I can display all my Facebook ad accounts. In this case, I want to visualize my Porter account. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I will choose a conversion window. If you are not familiar with conversion windows, choose the default option. Also, with the reporting time, I will suggest you to use the default options. This is because I want to see or visualize the same data on Data Studio that I visualize by default on Facebook Ads. When I do this, I will go to Connect. Once I go to Connect, Porter will show me all the metrics that Porter brings. So I can see, okay, I can visualize my clicks, I can visualize my custom conversions, I can visualize my data by gender, by age, by country, by more than 500 fields. You can visualize all your Facebook data on Data Studio with Porter metrics. That's the value of these kind of tools. Once you connect this data, once you can see all the metrics you can bring, you will go to Create Report, and then you will click on Create Report, and it will automatically generate a report that looks just like this one. This is a report I was creating for you guys for this class. Once you create a report, the way I showed you by going to portalmetrics.com, it will create a report template with 14 pages. So it includes amount spent, purchases, e-commerce data, conversion data, breakdowns by age, by position, by whatever. We bring all the data with our templates. The value of this is that you don't need to do anything. You can automate your marketing reporting in a few seconds because we already offer those templates. I will show you how it works. Once you create your first report on Data Studio, you will see this data. Another option to use these templates is, okay, I don't want to use portalmetrics.com. I want to do it in a different way. You can access our templates on our website. Actually, you can go to our website. You can go to resources, and then you will go to templates. On templates, you will find all our free Google Data Studio templates, and you can choose the Facebook Ads templates. Once you choose those Facebook Ad templates, any one of those you want, you can visualize your funnel, you can visualize your lead generation ads, you can visualize your best time to perform your ads, whatever you want. Once you go to a Data Studio template you want to copy, what you will do is going to the copy icon. Once I click on the copy icon, I am clicking, right? I will connect my data. By default, I have the Facebook Ads and Instagram Ads connector, and I want to create a new data source. I will do it from scratch. So what I will do is creating a new data source. How to connect your Facebook Ads data? It is quite simple. I can go and I can choose connectors like Google Analytics, but we are not using Google Analytics, we are using Facebook. So I will type Porter, and I will choose the Facebook Ads connector by Porter Metrics, and I will do the same process. I will choose the Facebook ad account, which is Porter, and I will choose the default conversion window and the default reporting time, and connect. I will see the metrics again. I will go to add to report, and we have connected our data. I will copy to report, and I will create a template for this one. This is how easy it is to create a report template with Data Studio. Once I have this template, I can change it. What about if I change this data? I will go to edit, and I want to say, okay, I don't want to visualize amount spent. I don't care about it. I don't want to visualize frequency. So instead of frequency, I will choose clicks. So I click on this field, I will choose a different metric, and the metric will be clicks. And that's it. You can change all your dimensions. I am seeing this table with ad set name. I want to break down my data not by ad set, but by campaign name. So I could choose campaign name. And that's how easy I can create reports. These metrics are the numerical values like clicks, like amount spent, and dimensions are the way I break down my data. I can break down my data by campaigns, by devices, by countries, by regions, by whatever. What about if we create a report from scratch? That's what I was doing. I have this new page, and I could say, Juan, I want to report my Facebook lead generation ads. How do I do it? I will remove all of this. And remove it. Perfect. It is removed. And I want to say, okay, the first thing I want to know, to see is how much money I am spending. I will do it. I will go to insert, then I will go to scorecard, and I will paste it right here. The metric that shows how much money I am spending is amount spent on Facebook ads, of course. That's the name. So I will click on this new scorecard, and instead of cost per lead, I want to visualize amount spent. Bingo, I have it. Now I will Control C and Control V, and I want to visualize as well. Okay, how many leads I am generating, how many webinar leads, which is my custom conversion that we just created, I am generating. So I will go. In this case, I have a different conversion that is called GDS. That's the way I named it, by the way. And I will choose the conversion. And I have this amount of conversions. I have spent this amount of money for this amount of conversions. What about if I want to calculate my cost per lead? So I will Control C and Control V, and I will create a custom formula. Let's see how it works. How to know my cost per lead? This is simple math. I will divide amount spent by custom conversions. So let's do it. Go to metric, go to create a field, then go to, I will say CPL, that's the way I will name this field, and the formula is amount spent by this conversion, which is custom conversion GDS template download. It is quite long, I know. I know it that I should have named it differently, but anyways, template download. Let's see if everything is well, custom conversion, and it is correct. I will go to apply. This is a simple division, and it will automatically calculate my cost per acquisition. And I know that my CPL is exactly this one. I am visualizing numbers, but what about if I visualize my performance over time? I will do this. I will go to Data Studio, go to Insert, and then I will go to a time series. That's it. I will drop it right here, and I will see over time my amount spent. And this is how it looks like. That's perfect. I want to visualize my cost per lead by ad name or by campaign. So I will do this. I will go to Insert. I will create a table. And then I will paste it right here. That's simple. And after this, what I will do is breaking down my data. By default, this is breaking down the data by date. I don't want this. I want to break down my data by campaign name. And here you have. We are creating automatic reports with Facebook ads data. Now I have more context because I can visualize my Facebook ads data in meaningful ways. I can visualize my amount spent, my conversions, my cost per acquisition, by campaign, by device, by whatever I want. This way I can find insights. And more than that, this way I can present my results in a way that people can actually visualize, like your customers, like non-technical people, like managers, like wherever. And as you can see, we know already how to measure our Facebook ads. You learned how to use Google Tag Manager, how to create conversions, how to install the pixel, and how to send your data to Data Studio so you can automatically track your reports. This is how you can measure your Facebook ads reports in 2021. Now it is time for questions, and I'm super happy you staying with us. I'll see you, and I will answer all your questions. So I will stop sharing my screen, by the way. And feel free to ask while I find the link for the session. And this is right here. Okay, I have questions. By the way, someone is helping me. I was lost, but someone is asking, hi, do you guys work with these specific parameters to track value, SKUs, and currency? If you can show how your purchase event is configured, it will be awesome. I won't show it all, but I will show you how it works. It is quite simple. So I will go to Tag Manager and I will show you how you can set parameters. This is the example. You have an e-commerce and for instance, I want to know what product I am selling, what is the price of this product, and all this stuff. So I will go to Tag Manager and then I will go to the conversion I already created, which is click on templates, Facebook ads. This is the same one. And this is where you will place those values. You will use these brackets and you will say in these brackets, value is 50, brand is Porter, and unit is 24. I don't know about e-commerce, but this is how you do it. With brackets, you can separate the tags and the values, and you can paste it right here. That's how it works in general. I think that you can find documentation, and actually we will run more webinars where we explain more parameters, but that's the way it works. Let's see another question. Another question is, do we have to create custom field to calculate cost per lead? It is possible just to search the CPL instead of the thing. Yeah, we bring the cost per lead, actually. Why I show you how to calculate it? Well, because if you can calculate your data, you are limitless. Because, for instance, I can calculate my cost per lead because lead is a standard conversion. I will go to Data Studio here. I can calculate my cost per lead because it is standard conversion, but what about calculating my cost per a custom conversion? Or what about if I want a different formula, like, okay, I want to combine my webinar leads, and also my template leads and my etc. leads. I want to combine them. I am showing you this way because you can see that you can use any mathematical operation that you cannot do on Facebook ads. By default, our connector brings the cost per lead, by the way. And this is some of the questions. By the way, we are running webinars often, and the next webinar is just about Data Studio and Facebook ads. If you want to see how to measure Facebook ads, if you want to break down your data by product, for instance, if you want to visualize your best performing products, we will see it and we will show it in the next webinar. I hope you have liked it. And actually, we will record this session so you can view it again and again and learn it. And we have a final question. Wow, that's awesome. How can I connect multiple Facebook pixels on Data Studio? Many times work well, but the second one. I will show you how it's done. That's good question. It turns out this. Thank you for asking it. I am super happy that you did. It turns out that I have connected my Facebook ads account. That's one Facebook ad account. But if I go to resource and I go to manage added data sources, I will see that Facebook ads connected. I will connect a new Facebook ads account. So I will go to add a data source. I will go back to Porter here, and I will connect it again, but I will change the data source. I will change the Facebook ad account. So instead of Porter, I will choose a different one. I will choose like this one. And I will choose the same conversion window and the report time and add. And I have connected the second account. This is great. By the way, they have the same name, so I will change something. The first name will remain as the same, and the second name will be the second account. Someone is talking on Slack. That's behind the scenes, guys. That's okay. Done. And I have connected the second account. Now I will bring the data of the second account. The amount spent of this one is okay. I will Control-C and Control-V, and I will use the same field. And the second field will be the same metric, but for a different account. So instead of changing the metric, I will change the data source. And the data source will be the second account, and I will bring the amount spent of someone is crazy talking. Anyways. Oh, actually, this is the second account. Interesting. I will change it. No, it is changing yet. And you can see that this account, for instance, for this period of time, it has no data. But as you can see, I am connecting two Facebook ad accounts in the same report view. You may be wondering, Juan, can I combine their data? I can know the total amount spent of both accounts. Yes, you can, but I won't show it in this webinar, but in our next webinar. Let's see another question. Oh, by the way, I need to share screen. So that's my fault. I will go back. Actually, I will wait 3 minutes while I will solve this. Actually, I will share, by the way. And if someone of my team can help me so I can share the screen again. Now, someone is laughing, actually. Anyways. I will do it. Let me go again to StreamYard now. It was kind of embarrassing. Actually, it is just like you and me, so it is not a problem. And then I will go to enter broadcast audio. Actually, I joined from another session. Can confirm that I am doing it. Yeah, I think that I am doing it. Yeah, perfect. We are. I will show you. By the way, let's do something. I will answer this question privately. You can reach out on the chat so I can help you with this while we solve it, because I know that this kind of stuff happens in lives. So what you can do is ask me back, send your email, and I will show you how you can connect multiple data sources. And I'll see you. I hope that you have enjoyed the session. I hope that you have enjoyed all this stuff, and I will see you in the next session. Please, someone end this webinar before I do. Okay.